First case is on page 23. Inspector Diego Santos, case number CE. Case number CE 2305-0206, case address 2800 Davie Boulevard, owner Louis M. DeFranco. This case was first heard 8/8/23 to comply by 8/18/23, 8/23/23, and 10/10/23. One suspension from 11/14/23 to 12/12/23. 6 sections not complied at $25 per day, $7,775 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Special Magistrate.
Good morning.
Inspector Diego Santos represented the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2305-0206, address 2800 Davie Boulevard. As mentioned, this case was first heard on August 8th, with Special Magistrate Hansborough ruled in favor of the city. The case reappeared on the Special Magistrate of November 14 for imposition of fines, where Special Magistrate Flynn granted 10 days extension for violation 9-278E and 28 days extension for the remaining violations and suspension of fines. So the property remains in violation. However, in a group effort, we are trying to get help for Mr. DeFranco, who is a disabled veteran, and he is unable to conduct any work on his own. I contacted Allison Zachary from the Broward Building Together. She stated that she knows Mr. DeFranco, and then he declined their help at first. So I reached out to Mr. DeFranco, and he said that he doesn't remember he declining their help, and that he needs all the help he can get. So I contacted Allison from Broward Building Together to coordinate another visit that actually I can be present as well. And also I contacted the Fort Lauderdale Housing and Community Development to see if there's any other help that we can extend for Mr. DeFranco. So at this moment, the city agrees to grant Mr. DeFranco extension of 91 days with suspension of fines for all violations, with the exception for violation 9-278E, which is a safety concern due to the hurricane shutters covering the windows. Mr. DeFranco actually removed some of the shutters, but there's still some remaining, but he does need help to get that removed.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. DeFranco. How are you today?
Oh, trying to survive this and whatever.
Okay.
At 83 it's not easy. Mr. Santos and the young lady who was assistant were very kind to help me with what happened. But what I don't understand is how this person that came to my house, put smoke detectors in my house, walked through the property, and said he's going to come back, he's going to help me out, he's going to take care of this. Then the next thing I know, Mr. Santos and the young lady inspector come to my house and said, how come I declined work from these people?
Yeah, he just explained that to me. Apparently that's a misunderstanding, and they're now trying to help you. So they're willing to give you another 91-day extension on the violation so that they can try to help you. The one violation that I can't give you the 91 days are those shutters. We discussed this last time you were here. It's a safety concern. If that place catches fire, it's going to be difficult to get to you.
Okay.
So those have to come down.
Let me explain. The day my puppy died in my home is when Mr. Santos and his assistant showed up. When I get frustrated because of this wheelchair and the things I can't do, I get mad. And when I get mad, get away, because I got to go to work. And Mr. Santos and the young lady had told me, don't do too much of anything because I can't stand for no more than 2-3 minutes. Then I have to sit down. Well, I was so mad, I went to the side of the house 4 or 5 days later, still couldn't understand, and I took all the shutters down on the east side. I was getting ready to go take the shutter down in the front of the house, and Mr. Santos showed up yesterday and said, I don't want you to go up there, because when I did take those shutters down permanently, I mean, they're out. They're only up there because of the heating process in my
I
home,
remember
which I
the
explained
issue and
last
why
time.
you have them, but you can't have them anymore. So is there somebody that can help you to take down those shutters?
They're down. Which ones do you want me to take down?
Well, Mr. DeFranco, remember, you still have the one in the front, Kaplo's one in the side of the property, and then also lift the one that we remember we spoke yesterday about it.
Yeah, well, the ones on the east side are all down.
Yeah, no, those I see and I documented. I have here in the picture that they take it out, but if you see there in the picture, yeah, this picture right here, you see the cover that we spoke, we know that has to be lifted up. Did you see the picture right there? So that
Yeah,
one, we just have, remember that we spoke, and you have just to
That's
find
the awning.
the awning, yes.
Yeah,
So
I
you just
got
have to find a way to go ahead and just put it up.
Well, I told you yesterday, I have PVC pipe that I'm going to put under that, for I don't know where the arms are for that awning. Because that awning has been down for 30 years because of the heating. And I do usually raise it in this type of weather when it gets cool. But I have the poles to put in the ground. All I got to do is size
All
them.
right, so take care of that, and we're going to give you 91 days for the rest of the violations, and the city's going to do what they can to assist you, okay?
Well, if I get no help from the city, I've even had a contractor come and meet with us in San Diego, and they spoke about getting things done. The reason why the halt is up is because Florida Power and Light and Magistrate have made such a mess of my property that nobody wants to do any work for me until they're done. Now, I've talked to this fellow from Florida Power and Light. He come to my house almost a month now. And I called him again in 2 weeks after that time, and he said he had come there with an inspector. And I was sleeping, or he knocked on the door, didn't get to talk to him, and he said he was going to take care of it. It's been all this time. Nobody has got, they wrecked my lawn, they wrecked my sprinkler system, they ruined my pool. I have a hole in my fence where they put that vault. And the kids live across the street, there's a high school, St. Thomas Aquinas is right across the street from my home. I watch those kids get out of school every day. Now, you know how children can be at a certain age. I can't have that hole in my fence that they made, and they haven't come to replace it. I had to take a sign from the company that was having their signs on the street and cover that hole.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any jurisdiction over Florida Power and Light. You're just going to have to be a squeaky wheel there and keep calling them.
Well, the fella, I'm sorry to interfere with your process, but I seem to not be. They can't even come and clean the driveway. They ran one of their machines, a backhoe, up and down my driveway to dig that hole in the corner of my fence where that vault goes.
Believe me, I understand your frustration. I really do. I
It's
just
not
can't
only
do anything
frustrating.
about that part of this, okay?
What happens to me is, what if one of those kids had gotten beyond that sign and got into my yard? I had to throw pieces of things in my fuel just to stop them from.
I understand the difficulty. Now, we're going to give you 91 days and suspend the fines during that period of time. And do you want an order to reappear?
Is up to you, your special magistrate.
All right. I think we're just going to see how this progresses, okay? And so we'll give you 91 days and suspend the fines during that time, okay?
Well, I'm going to try my best. If I can't get out of this wheelchair and go out there, I'm going to have to.
Well, I don't want you to put yourself in danger, but try to get someone to help you.
I wish somebody would come out there and help me. I'd accept it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I've hired 5 different people to take them shutters down, and not one of them showed up at any cost. And that's why I was so frustrated. I got mad. I went out there with my lady here, and we took them down.
Yeah.
It was not easy for me. She won't let me get on a ladder because I have no cartilage in the right leg.
Of course.
And it collapses.
Okay.
And
All right, well, do the best you can.
I will.
And we'll try to help you, okay?
I appreciate it, and thank you
All right.
very much. And
All
Merry Christmas to all you.
Yes, and to you as well.
Just for clarification, how many days was it on the shutters,
No,
Diego?
No, the shutters,
It's immediate.
it's
The shutters, it's, yeah, in position because it was already 10 days. So it is in position and it's going to continue to run for the shutters.
Our next case, page 25. Inspector Gustavo Caracas, case number CE 22070067, case address 1500 Northwest 9th Avenue, owner David M. Bedoya. This case was first heard 3/4/23 to comply by 3/4/23, 3/24/23, 4/18/23, and 5/2/23. Several suspensions noted on the agenda. One section not complied at $50 per day. $350 accrued. Two sections complied at $50 per day, $1,400 accrued. One section complied and the fines were imposed of $4,150 for a total of $1,750. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gus Caracas, City of Fort Lauderdale, the case and address as read. This case first became for special master on March 14 of this year, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. These violations were first cited on July 7 of 2022, and so far 26 inspections have been done to the property. And we have been, the owner and I have been in conversations with how to come into compliance. Unfortunately, ma'am, the case is not in compliance. We only have one violation left, which is for the driveway. The owner is here with us today. He's actually going to request for an extension. The city does not oppose to any extension, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, please state your name for the record. Okay, why is this taking so long?
It's taking so long. They have issues, and actually, right now it's the last project. They were very different project. The weather has been a problem too, and I have to do it by myself. They were two big projects. One was the fence. It's a big fence.
No, I know all the prior ones. I want to know why the driveway's taken so long.
It's almost done. I just need some extension. Could be 2 weeks, and it will be done because it's almost done. But I have had different issues. The drive, I have to do it by myself. I tried to get some help, but it was impossible to get some help. That's why I'm doing by myself, and it's almost done.
All right, I'll give you 10 days, but that's all, and no more extensions, and the fines will begin to run after that time, okay?
Okay, I hope to get ready in 10 days.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. Thank you very much.
Our next case, excuse me, page 38, Inspector Dorian Cologne, Supervisor Stephanie Bass presenting. Case number CE 2309-0593, case address 534 Hendricks Isle, 401, owner Bexa LLC. This case was first heard 11/30/23 to comply by 12/12/23. One section not complied at $200 per day, and the fines start 12/13/23, and this is in order to reappear.
Good morning, Magistrate. This is Supervisor Bass for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting this case on behalf of Senior Inspector Dorian Cologne for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case is CE 230-90593, address of 534 Hendricks Isle. This is an order to reappear. The violation for 8-148C is not in compliance. The vessel / houseboat at this property is badly deteriorated. There are areas of rust, barnacles, and broken or missing parts, including but not limited to the windows. Paint is worn, dirty, and I'm missing chipping and peeling paint. I've spoke both to the property owner and to the property manager. We're in agreement that within 14 days that the vessel has to be removed altogether, or fines will begin to accrue at $200 per day.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Jose Medina.
Are you in agreement for the extension of 14 days?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Our next case, page 28, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 23050084, case address 2017 Northwest 21st Avenue, owner Laura E. Giles Estates. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 11/14/23. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day, $4,200 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Inspector Proto, City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the record. This case first came before the magistrate on 9/12, where evidence was presented and found for the city. The violations were first cited on 5/2/23. As of special magistrate hearing on 9/12/23, Ansboro's ordered 63 days to comply. Special magistrate ordered a mandatory reappearance on 11/14/23. As per pre-hearing inspection on 12/10/23, the case is not in compliance. The city is recommending full imposition of fines.
Okay, sir, please state your name for the record.
Christopher Smith.
Okay, Mr. Smith, it appears it's been going on for some time and we're not making any progress.
Actually, excuse me, Your Honor. What we want to do is we want to ask for a stay of fines and 91 days. The property is huge, and he got a lot of work done.
Okay,
So
all
we're
right.
going to ask for a stay of fines and 91-day extension.
Okay, all right, you should have led with that. Okay.
There were 18 illegal vehicles parked there,
Okay.
and Ms. Giles passed away. So I was trying to find 18 owners to tow those things away, and then there was 6 large dumpsters of trash there, to the point that I was out there on a backhoe getting it out myself.
Okay.
So we've made a lot of progress on
All
here.
right, good. All right, 91 days, I'll suspend the fines during that time.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 26, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 23050926, case address 1612 Southeast 4th Avenue, owner Rafael P. Busto. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 11/14/23. 3 sections not complied at $100 per day, $8,400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Your Magistrate. Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 23050926, address 1612 Southeast 4th Avenue. Case was first heard on September 12, 2023, where the magistrate found for the city, giving to November 14, 2023, to comply by or a fine of $100 per day. Since then, a demo permit application has been applied for on September 1st, 2023. As of right now, it was out for corrections on October 24th, 2023. The city's going to ask for a stay of fines and 63 days to comply by.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Rafael Busto.
Oh, Mr. Wister, are you in agreement with the 63-day extension?
Yes.
Okay, all right, and I'll suspend the fines during that time?
Thank you.
Okay, all right, anything else?
No, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 22, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 23050759, case address 1815 Northwest 7th Avenue, owner Rafael Nestor Pineda, and Rafael Pineda, and all others. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 11/7/23. One section complied at $50 per day, $750 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning. Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case CE 23050759 for property located at 1815 Northwest 7th Avenue. This property was cited on May 23, 2023, and allowed 30 days to comply for the following violation: 47-21.9.k. Decorative stone or gravel is being utilized at this location in excess of the maximum 10% of the total landscape area. One area between the swale and the front yard has been covered in gravel and is being used for parking illegally. Two areas alongside the driveway have been covered in gravel and are also being used for parking illegally. The property owner hired a contractor, and the property was granted an additional 30 days extension for compliance. On July 27, 2023, the property remained in violation, and the case was scheduled for the special magistrate. On October 10, 2023, Special Magistrate Ansbro ordered the case to be complied within 28 days or pay a fine of $50 per day. On November 8, 2023, the property remained in violation and fines began to accrue. Due to the weather, the contractor was unable to pour the concrete for the new driveway. The violation at this property was brought into compliance on November 22, 2023. The case was non-compliant for 15 days with a fine of $50 per day for a total of $750 currently due, and the city is requesting the administrative costs of $451.
Sir, please state your name for the record.
Nestor Pineda.
Okay, are you in agreement with the reduction of fines to city costs of $451?
I'm very appreciative of it, but the reason this was not completed in the time was because the permit situation. It took way long for the city to open the permit, and during that time that I was supposed to, Officer Gavin can help me on this, I was supposed to have this done, but I couldn't start it because the city has not approved the permit. Once the permit was opened, then it took me about 2 weeks to find a contractor to do it. The weather situation, I also live between Florida and North Carolina. It took a little longer than anticipated. So I will appreciate if I don't need to pay anything for this, because in reality, I couldn't start working on this project until the city opened the permit. And the time that I have was given between the permit was open until the completion that I was given, it wasn't sufficient to have the project. Plus the weather situation, that was that weekend that it rained tremendously here in Fort Lauderdale. And also there is a shortage, is my understanding, of concrete. It took longer for my contractor to find the concrete to complete the project. So due to those circumstances, I will ask you to please interrupt all the charges.
Okay. Anything else from the city? Yeah, the violation existed in the first place, and that is why the city had to incur costs to pursue it. So despite the fact that and the city is willing to waive the fines because of the difficulties you had, but they want to recover their costs, and under the circumstances, I think that's fair. So I'm going to impose the city costs of $451.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Thank you. I just have a question. How do I make that payment?
You'll get an order in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next case, page 11. Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 23090724. Owner Community 8 Property LLC. Posted at property 1120, 2023. Posted at 1 East Broward, 112623. Case address is 1133 Northwest 5th Street.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wanda Aquavella for the city. Good morning, Wanda. Case is CE 2309-0724. The address is 1133 Northwest 5th Street. The property was inspected on 9/26/23 and the following violations were observed. 9308B is complied. 9306 is complied. 9305 is complied, but it's a repeat. This repeat, it was landscape of the property is not being maintained in a neat, well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a repeat violation. See case CE 22100808. The property was first observed on 9/26/23 and came into compliance on 11/2/23 for a total of 37 days out of compliance at $500 per day, which equals $18,500. Next violation is 9280H1. The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. It has disconnected parts and is leaning. This is a repeat violation. See case CE 21120149 and will be scheduled for magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. Fines shall accrue from the date it was first observed until compliance is met. This one is not in compliance. The next one is also not in compliance, 1812A. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property. Most of the overgrowth has been cut, but the trash and debris remain. The trash and debris including the rear swale and alleyway. It is a repeat violation. See case CE 100808 and will be scheduled for magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. An inspection report was posted on the property as well as mailed to the owner listed in BCPA. I re-inspected the property multiple times and have been in contact with the property owner. Notice of the hearing was posted on 11/20/23. Due to the repeat nature of these violations, the city is requesting a fine of $500 per day per violation, and the open ones continue to accrue.
Sir, state your name for the record.
Good morning, Magistrate. Goran Dragoslovic.
Okay. Apparently, this is another problem property with repeat violations.
Can I submit pictures?
Of course.
Thank you. This is my property. I've been going to this property every single day. The first picture I submitted, the inspectors advised me that although the alley doesn't belong to me, half of the alley that is towards my property has to be maintained. You know, we are picking up the garbage every single day on that property, and you can see the side of the property that belongs to me, it's always clean. I go to this property every single day. I have guys cleaning this property every single day. The problem is, if you look across the street, we have wind, and wind blows the garbage constantly, but we go there every single day to clean this property. You know, the inspector, she's great. She met with my guys. She told them what to do. They did it the same day when she met them. And now the only thing she's saying that one part of the fence, like little part of the fence, the chain link, she said is disconnected. I didn't see it. I will go immediately and connect it. It's just little piece of fence. She can show you the picture. It's just little piece of fence, of chain link fence is disconnected. You can. So I'm just asking for the mercy. I'm doing everything in my power. It's right next to the school. I'm doing everything in my power. My insurance has tripled. My interest rates have doubled. You know, I'm doing everything in my power. I'm listening to advice also. We are going to every single property. I hired a guy full time. He's going to every single property and taking pictures of every single property every single day from Monday through Friday. So, you know, I've been, soon as the violation was done, we immediately went, put the new grass in, did everything possible, and this is the pictures that were taken. So I just ask for the mercy. think the fines are outrageous, and we are together here to help each other. You know, I mean, I don't think I should be punished. I'm doing everything in my power to comply with city ordinance.
Anything else?
Special Magistrate Julio Davila, Co-Compliance Supervisor. As you know, as you well stated today in the previous hearings, this is a repeat violation, just numerous times throughout the years. Our position, is firm on imposing the full amount. As far as the alleys are concerned, property owners per city code are required to maintain abutting alleyways and swales and so on and so forth. That's pretty much all I got.
Okay.
Just one comment. I did talk. I never knew about the alleyway, never knew it. And I called the code and they told me specifically half of the alleyway belongs to me. I do not maintain entire alleyway. The other half belongs to and you can see on the picture, my alleyway. Every single day, we send guys to pick up the garbage, every single day. And we do it every morning, sometimes in the afternoon, but every morning we pick up the garbage from the alleyway.
Okay.
I just want a mercy. I mean, it's just so much money. It's just, I'm struggling. So, I just ask for mercy.
All right. I am going to impose a fine on 9-305B of $9,000. And the other fines will continue to accrue until the property is brought into compliance.
But I don't know what else to do, other than this little fence. I don't know what else to do.
Well, you'll have to talk to the inspector after the hearing, and if you have questions, I'm sure she'll be happy to answer them for you, okay?
Okay,
All
thanks.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, page 12, Wanda Acavella, Inspector. Case number CE 23090760, address 1131 Northwest 5th Street, owner Buy Rent Sell Now LLC, posted at property 112023, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case and address is read. The property was first inspected on 9/26/23, and the following violations were observed. 9306 is complied. 9305 is also complied. The landscape on this property was not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a repeat violation. See case CE 221000808, and will be scheduled for magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. Fines will accrue from the date it was first observed until complied. 1812A also complied. There was overgrowth, trash, and debris on the property and/or its swale, including the rear swale and alleyway. This is a repeat violation. See case CE 221000808, and will be scheduled for magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. Fines will accrue from the date it was first observed until compliance. This inspection report was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. I re-inspected the property multiple times and have been working with the property manager, Glenn, who was able to comply all of the violations. The notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. The property was out of compliance for 20 days. Due to the repeat nature of these violations, the city is requesting a fine of $250 per day for each violation, for a total of $5,000.
$5,000 for each violation?
Total.
Oh, total.
So it would be 25
Okay.
each.
Okay, sir, please state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Andre Sagdiv. I'm the property manager for Buy Rent Sell Now LLC.
Okay, and what do you want to tell me in support of your position?
We got the violation on 9/26. We received it in the mail on 9/29. We have been in communication with Glenn, my coworker, who also does property management, has been in communication with Wanda, and I have been to the property personally numerous times. We emailed her and the supervisor, Mr. I believe Julio Davila, on 9/29. We went to the property on October 5th, October 9th, October 10th, met with the code officer, and we've also sent her pictures on October 7th, October 9th, October 12th, October 13th, and finally on October 16th it was complied. It did take a little bit to get it in full compliance, just because there was we weren't all on the same page as to what specific parts of the property needed to be resodded. Additionally, there is an alleyway in the back, and there's waste management trucks that come through the alley, and the alley is fairly narrow, so it kills all of the sod on the side. So we asked if we could put plants down with mulch around them, if that would solve the issue, and because the truck's not going to run over the plants, and we were told yes. And then after we did that, we were told that actually no, we did need to put sod down there. So then we had to go back and put sod down. So it did take a little bit. That being said, I know the city is asking for imposition of fines for 9305B and 1812A. We asked no fines are imposed for those because the case number that they're citing, CE 22-100-808, is actually not against this property. It's against 833 Northwest 10th Terrace. That's owned by a different owner with a different mailing address. Not familiar with that property. I don't manage it. I don't work for that owner. And so there is no evidence that this is a repeat violation. And we did comply within 30 days. And 9-305C states that we have 30 days to bring it, back into compliance if a violation is found.
Give us a minute, we're going to
Sure.
investigate what you're saying.
So, Your Honor, the property owner rep is correct with regard to the violation cited in as a repeat does not relate to this property owner or this property.
Okay, all right, so we're going to dismiss the case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Happy holidays.
Special Magistrate, if we could, rather than dismiss the case, if we could just do a finding of fact for the violations that did exist.
Well, it's on the wrong address, so I don't know how I can do that.
The original, well, the violation is on the correct address. The referenced case number for a repeat that's just in the verbiage of the case is referencing an address that the owner does not.
So a finding of fact, though, is generally for a repeat violation, and that hasn't been shown because the number that it refers to is an incorrect address, so I can't do that.
Gotcha.
All right,
Thank
thank
you,
you
Your
very much.
Next case, page 7, Inspector Karen Proto. Case number CE 23070771. Address 2901 Northwest 18th Street. Owner Broward Multifamily LLC. Posted at property 111323. Posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number CE 23070771. Address 2901 Northwest 18th Street. The property was inspected on 7/25/23, and the following violation was observed. 47-20-20, subsection H. There are parking facilities that have not been maintained. The property lot has cracks and potholes and needs to be resurfaced and restriped. And an inspection report was posted on 7/25/23. I re-inspected the property on 8/30/23. A notice of hearing was posted on 11/13/23. As per pre-hearing inspection on 12/10, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. There are permits in the system. Therefore, the city is requesting 91 days and $50 a day thereafter.
Please state your name for the record.
Juan Aviles.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 91 days or
Yes.
face a fine?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Our next case, page 21. Inspector Robert Kroc, case number CE 23030576, case address 837 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner 837 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard LLC. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 10/20/23. Two sections complied at $100 per day, $2,200 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Inspector Robert Kroc, presenting case CE 23030576, address 837 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. This property was first inspected on 3/16/23 for the artificial light that is illuminating the beach areas during sea turtle season. On November 1st, they came into compliance with the end of sea turtle season.
Okay, they came into compliance just because season ended?
Yes.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Matthew Doyle.
Okay. And what do you want to tell me?
Just that we apologize and that we were under new management at the time as well, so everything was kind of up in the air as well. Yeah. We do apologize, and normally we are normally conscious about this, and we do normally have lights off, and we do turn off the TVs at night as well during the turtle season.
Okay.
Magistrate, Supervisor Bass for the City of Fort Lauderdale, if I may. Just want to say that, just want to keep a note that the property only complied because they reached the date of October 31st, so we have no means of knowing whether or not they would have actually complied per the ordinance. So we're going to ask for full imposition of the fines.
Okay. All right. I'm going to impose the fines.
Our next case, page 26. Inspector Gustavo Caracas, case number CE 23080787, case address 4 Northwest 7th Street, owner Advantage MCA Flagler Triangle LLC. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 10/20/23 and 11/14/23. Two sections complied at $100 per day, $6,700 accrued. The city is requesting administrative costs of $626.
Good morning, Special Magistrate Officer Caracas for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case address as read. This case first came before Special Master on October 10 of 2023, where evidence was presented and magistrates found for the city. These violations were first cited on August 22nd, 2022, and so far there were 10 re-inspections made to the property. Just recently, there were conversations in person with the property general contractor, and the contractor, once we made contact, or I made contact with him, the property was brought into compliance very swiftly. The case is in compliance today, Your Honor. We have the representative here with us today.
Okay, please state your name.
Alexander Vega.
All right, are you in agreement to the reduction to city costs of $626?
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. What was that amount again? I'm sorry.
$626.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 27, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 2301-0329, case address 1331 South Ocean Drive, owner S-Lib Inc. This case was first heard 6/13/23 to comply by 7/11/23. 2 suspensions noted on the agenda. 2 sections not complied at $25 per day, $6,825 accrued. 4 sections complied at $25 per day, $2,975 accrued, for a total of $9,800. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2301-0329. The property address is 1331 South Ocean Drive. Case was first heard on June 13th, 2023, where the magistrate found for the city, giving to July 11th, 2023, to comply by or a fine of $25 per violation per day. At the hearing on August 8th, 2023, fines were suspended for 35 days. For code sections 8-12A, 8-1, 47-34.1.A.1, and 63 days for the code sections 9-308B, 9-306, 9-305B, 9-304B. At the hearing on November 14th, fines were suspended again for 28 days for code sections 8-12A, I'm sorry, 18-12A, 18-1 and 47-34.1.A.1. They all remain in violation as of today. The city is requesting full imposition of fines.
Please state your name for the record.
Sandra Pulselli.
Okay, it looks like you made a start on this, but we still have a ways to go. What seems to be the problem?
Well, it's always been my medical condition with my knees. I had a total knee replacement on the left knee. Now my left knee is feeling better, but I still need one on my right knee, which I'm waiting for. Mr. Santos came on Sunday, early in the morning. I did work on it all day Sunday and Monday, and we had bulk pickup. It looks much better now than it did when he was there, but I would like to request another 28 days and stay at fines if possible. I think I can do it in 2 weeks, but just in case of weather or whatever. That would give me one more bulk pickup to clear everything.
Okay, anything more from the city?
We'll,
Okay.
yeah, we'll accept the 28 days.
All right, 28 days, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Will the fines be?
Yeah, we'll suspend the fines
Yes.
during this period.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 12, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 23100283, case address 1217 Northwest 4th Street, owner Black Brick Properties LLC, posted at property 11/20/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
There is overgrowth, trash and debris on this fenced and locked vacant lot and/or its swale. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 221000624, and will be scheduled for special magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. Fines will accrue from the day it was first observed until compliance. 1812 is complied. An inspection report was posted on the property as well as the mail to the owner listed on BCPA. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. The property was observed to be in compliance on 11/30/23. The property was first cited on 10/9/23 and was out of compliance for 51 days. That doesn't add up. No. Yeah, it does add up. The city is requesting $250 per day for the 51 days, equaling $12,750.
Please state your name for the record.
Kahumba Lesanoya, property owner.
Okay, and why is this property a repeat violator?
So the first time it was in violation, I had hired a family member, a cousin, to work on it because I was traveling a lot, and he ended up passing. During that time, we were dealing with that issue, and this basically fell under the rug. So I ended up hiring a professional company to come out twice a month to basically cut the grass and deal with this. So this should never happen again, basically. Yeah, so I'm hoping to reduce the fines all the way.
All right.
This is just overgrowth grass. So they're coming in basically beginning of the month and the middle of the month, every month.
All right. Okay, I will reduce the fine to $2,500.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
Next case, page 8, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 23070935, address 1190 Northwest 23rd Avenue, owner LNP Property LLC, posted at property 11/8/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 23070935, property address 1190 Northwest 23rd Avenue. The property was inspected on 7/31/23, and the following violations were observed. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stain, missing, and peeling paint. 47-20.20. Subsection H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained on the property. The property has cracks and potholes. The parking facility is a commercial property and needs resurfacing and restriping. And a inspection report was posted on the property on 7/31/23. I re-inspected the property on 9/27/23, and the violations remain. A notice of hearing was posted on 11/8/23. As of pre-hearing inspection on 12/10, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 91 days or $50 a day thereafter. The gentleman has been working on the facility. He was affected by the April 2023 flood and has been working diligently to get the property into compliance, hence the 91 days to comply.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Larry Guyson.
Okay, are you in agreement with the extension for 91 days?
Yes.
Okay, make sure if you run into a problem, you contact the inspector.
Currently, if you see the photos, it took me quite some time to get some estimates. The stucco was popping off the wall, so I had to get someone within a reasonable amount of money to skin the walls, stucco the walls, and as you can see, we're moving forwards on that. The driveway now is an issue because since that major flood that I had 18 inches of water in the city and the county, had all the drains clogged and caused my property to incur over $750,000 worth of damages and I lost goods. Forget the fact that we were out of business for 4 days because the drain system was covered up so it would not drain.
Mm-hmm.
The driveway continues to dilapidate no matter what I do because I want to say your water, not yours, but your water for the city intrudes on my property. We've been in touch with them hundreds of times. They've done modifications to the road that didn't work. And there was one pothole in the whole driveway. It's a wholesale commercial business. It's not a retail commercial business. I feel as though at this point, I'm good with my parking lot.
We're not.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do. When it rains, and it rains for 10 minutes, I flood. And whatever I do to the driveway gets ruined.
Well, the driveway needs to be resurfaced and the parkings need to be restriped. That's what the code requires.
Ms. Karen said all I need to do is to stripe it and
Pardon
fix
me?
it.
I don't know. That's what
Miss-
exactly
Ms.
you have to
Pronto,
do. Okay.
Ms. Proto said that
All
if
right.
I stripe it and I fixed, there was one pothole I fixed, which I have a picture of that. And if I stripe it,
Okay. All right. You talk to the inspector. She'll come out there and 91 days or $50 a day thereafter.
I'm hopefully in the middle of January. They just last week finished the front. Now they're plastering the back along 95. I want to wait a minimum of 30 days for the alkalinity in the cement.
All right. Well, make sure if you're bumping up against that 91 days, you
No,
contact
I think
the
I'll have it
inspector.
painted by that day.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Next case, page 15, Inspector Rachel Moore. Case number CE 23070621. Case address 3724 Jackson Boulevard. Owner near Oswald L. Lee. Nare Dalton O. Posted at property 11/20/23. Posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
E23070621, address 3724 Jackson Boulevard. The initial inspection was conducted on 7/23/23. A plethora of violations were discovered as follows. 47-39.A.1.B, parentheses 6, parentheses B, which is non-compliant. There are miscellaneous items being stored on the outside walkway of the two rooming facilities built by the property owner. 9-363, which is also non-compliant, failure to register the residential rental dwellings within the city. The free application has not been submitted or is incomplete. It's withdrawn. Sorry, that one was withdrawn. No thanks. Okay, gotcha. 9-307, parentheses A, is non-compliant. There are windows where the two rooming facilities are being rented, which are not able to open to allow air to the outside. These two windows are also shuttered to prevent the window from opening. 9-306 was withdrawn. 9-304, parentheses B, is non-compliant. The driveway at this property has pothole cracks throughout, and there is also grass growing throughout the asphalt. 9-280, parentheses H, parentheses 1, was complied on 12/11. The fence at the property was in disrepair and not being maintained as required. The wooden fence at this property, which leads to the two rooming facilities, is deteriorated, rotten in areas, discolored, and warped. 9-279, parentheses I, is non-compliant. Unlawful storage of stoves in rooming units. There are two stoves that are prohibited in the rooming units that are being occupied by elderly disabled tenants. 9-280, parentheses G, non-compliant. There are electrical wires and accessories and air conditioners not maintained in a good, safe working condition, included but not limited to wires exposed on the outside, non-covered electrical meter box. There are wires on the outside of this property that have been rigged in order to provide electricity to two rooms that are being rented out. Also, the AC units in these rooms are only blowing hot air. 9-276, parentheses C, parentheses 1, non-compliant. The courtyard that is being used by the tenants of the two rooming facilities are not being maintained. They are dirty and discolored. These violations were also referred to the building department for investigation via B as in boy E 230-70270. A total of 6 subsequent inspections were conducted at the property. As the pre-inspection dated 12/11/23, the property remains in violations with the exception of violation 9-280, parentheses H, parentheses 1, with the fence being in disrepair, was complied. The city is requesting 28 days or $100 per day per violation thereafter.
Sir, please state your name for the record.
The name is Oswald Nairn. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 28 days?
I don't think it will take, I don't think it's the amount of violation that is shown. Some of the violation is on the next side of the property, next door to me, pertaining to the fencing. The fencing that was taken in the picture was not my fencing.
That is complied.
Yes.
Yeah, that's no longer in front of me.
Okay. Concerning the violation of what the inspector said, and a letter was sent to me here, I go ahead and try to find a rectification for it. I have a letter from, a paper from my architect that sent me here that I started to do some payment so as to get the things rectified. So, yes, that's it. This is a paper that was sent to me that's the violation. I don't know if you have it here, this violation.
Yes, I have everything I need from as far as the violations go.
Yes. So, as I was told from the architect, he said it will take a little more, it takes some time to get to it, but he will get to it. He'll have an appointment for me on Thursday to come and see the necessary things to be done.
All right, I tend to agree that some of this is going to take some time.
Yes.
Can we split up and give 28 days to some of these that can be done during that time, and then 63 days for the others, I think is probably the best, fairest way to go.
Your Honor, if I could suggest, and for the record, Rana Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office, we would suggest holding to the 28 days and then do a mandatory notice to reappear. Okay. Some of these items are not going to be able to be solved by an architect or anyone because they're not legal, and people should not be living in those conditions, sir, respectfully.
I beg to respond. Some of the things that is being taken as in picture there, I have removed quite a lot of them as much as I can.
Okay.
And the wires that is said that is on the outside there that tend to give light. It's a wire that I use to blow my trash at the back. There's
that, sir, that picture that was just here, go back to that picture. That's not code compliant in any.
Those.
Like all those wires going everywhere?
Those are cable wires which are dead. All those wires that you see there are cable wires which I has not had cable. I had no inside telephone. So those are dead wires. All those wires, no live wire. None of those wires are live. Every one of those wires are dead wires. All the boxes that you see, those boxes are dead boxes. So none of those are live. None of those go on my inside of my house.
Okay, then you can remove all those easily within 28 days and you wouldn't need an architect for that.
Yes, I can cut them off because they are not useful.
All right, sir, I think the city attorney makes a good point. I'm going to give you 28 days and order you to reappear on my January 9th docket. And, you know, as long as you're making sufficient progress on this long list, I will try to work with you.
I appreciate it.
But this is really an appalling state of affairs for people to be living in this.
Your Honor, I beg to answer. The person that lives there, she is the same one who called the zoning on me. And she cried to me to find a place to live. And I didn't have it to rent. But I did not listen to my wife. She said, don't rent. And I have it there, for my daughter was living there. And it said, don't rent. And I have it there, for my daughter was living there. And it had been locked up. And she came to me and asked me to get a place to rent. The other young man has nowhere. He said he can't find anywhere to live. And I afford him to live there. This stove that was placed, he said he would like to have something to cook. I therefore put a stove in there. He complained. I said, I will take it out. At the time when the inspector came, I was out of town. So that was the reason why. The AC that he said wasn't working, I told them that the ACs work, but the inside is not working, so I can't leave it on. I leave 2 fans, a ceiling fan and a spinning fan. They have that in there working. And it was only because she said I've been vindictive to leave her like that. I did not do that purposely.
Okay, all right. I understand, and I understand you were kind to give this person a place to stay.
That's it.
But we can't ignore the fact that it's a dangerous place to stay. So I'm going to impose the 28 days and then order you to reappear on January 9th, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I gave them notice to leave. They told me that they can't leave. They have nowhere to go. May I ask the court what to do?
Special Magistrate, regarding that situation, the city is helping the two tenants. However, because they were not given a lease, they are having to go another route, but we are helping them as much as we can to place them.
Okay, well, during that 28 days, we'll try to assist you in relocating these people, and we'll see where we're at on January 9th, okay?
Should they remain? Or should I put them out?
I think you should work with the city
Inspector,
to try to relocate
Please
them.
advise me what to do.
Sir, we can't give you legal advice. You need to seek a lawyer if you need legal advice.
No, I just want to know what to do with the tenant, because they told me that they're not coming out my place, and I said I want them to go.
Well, like I said, the city is on it. They're trying to help these people, and that's really all I can do.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next case, page 9, Inspector Wanda Acavella, case number CE 2306-0815, case address 1208 Northwest 3rd Street, owner Fatty Investment Corp., posted at property 112023, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case CE 2306-0815. The address is 1208 Northwest 3 Street. The property was inspected on 6/26/23, and the following violations were observed. 1812A complied, 9280H1 complied, 9306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and/or missing peeling paint. An inspection report was posted on the property as well as mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. I re-inspected the property multiple times and have been working with the property owner, Marcelo, who was able to comply most of the violations. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. The city is requesting 28 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Sir, please state your name for the record.
Guillermo Marcelo Deep.
Okay.
I'm the owner of the property.
All right. Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 28 days?
Actually, it is done. I did it over the
Oh,
weekend.
wonderful.
Yeah.
We like to hear that. Okay, she'll come out and re-inspect. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next case, page 11, Inspector Wanda Acavella, case number CE 23090701, case address 1700 Northwest 5th Street, owner Family Land Trust, number 1700, Riggs, Jerry, trustees. Posted at property 11/20/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23. Is there a respondent for this property?
He's left. We'll read this at the end if you want.
Yeah, let's pass it next.
Our next case, page 37. Inspector Dorian Cologne, Supervisor Stephanie Bass, presenting case number CE 23010843, case address 1429 Southwest 9th Street, owner Riverside Breezes Condo Association, Inc. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 12/12/23. One section not complied at $150 per day. Fines start 12/13/23, and this is in order to reappear.
Good morning, Magistrate. Supervisor Stephanie Bass, presenting case CE 23010843, property address 1429 Southwest 9th Street. This case was first heard on October 23rd. One section not complied, section 9-304B, parking facilities are in disrepair. There are holes and surface that are uneven. Wheel stops need to be replaced, painted, and secured. I have spoke to the new property management company, which is Premier Association. Mr. Richardson is here on behalf of that property management company. The city is inclined to agree to a 63-day stay of fines in order to reappear to give the new management company time to confer with the association on moving forward with the repairs.
Okay. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Curtis Richardson.
Are you in agreement with a 63-day extension?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll suspend the fines during that period, and you will reappear on my docket on February 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next case, page 3. Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 23100910, case address 74 Isla Bahia Drive, owner 400 Coral Way Partners LLC, posted at property 11/22/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
This is our case, right? Okay.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert, presenting case CE 23100910, property address 74 Isle of Bahia Drive. This case came in as a complaint regarding unpermitted valet at this location. While at the property, I observed the following violation. 18-1. There is a special event of 50 to 100 guests at this RS 4.4 residential single-family home property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may be reasonable, threaten, or endanger the public health, safety, or welfare, or may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. The transient violation involved hindering the public use of the roadway by setting up a valet services at this property, parking and storage of numerous vehicles in the roadway, swell, and or vacant lots. To my knowledge, Yacht Broker had an event at this 74 Isle of Bahia Drive without any permit from the city for valet services. I had conversation with the event management staff at the property regarding clearing the roadway. They stated the street should be cleared soon. The street should be cleared soon. Around 2:15 p.m. to 4 p.m., there were multiple box trucks, cars parked on the swell street vacant lot encroaching the street, valet services moving vehicles back and forth, and other transportation services that was hired by the event
management at this location, causing a nuisance to the neighbors as well as anyone driving in the area. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows the violation as depicted. The city is requesting a fine of $15,000 for the nuisance caused on that day.
How much?
15,000.
$15,000.
15,000.
Okay, sir, please state your name.
Good morning, James Harchala. I represent 400 Carlway Partners, LLC, the owner of the property. The allegations are not supported by the evidence. This was a one-time party. We had attended by the guest of honor was Warren Sternum, who declared a proclamation by the mayor. This is a boat show event. It was held on a cul-de-sac, so there is no really traffic issue. There was a couple vendors who briefly unloaded some food and left. To my knowledge, there was no issue with the traffic flow. This is an event that was endorsed by the city as a one-time event. There is no
What do you
remedial.
mean by endorsed by the city? There was no permit for the valet, so how was it endorsed by the city?
No, I said it was attended. The guest of honor was Deputy Commissioner Warren Sternum, who read a proclamation signed by the mayor supporting these events that support the city. The boat show supports the city, and events supporting the boat show support the city. Traffic was never blocked. It was nothing more than an open house where traffic was on the street.
How many people attended the event, do you know?
50, 70. But it was not at one time. People came and people left. People came and people left. And it was a nice event. I was there. I don't think that the situation, it probably was a disgruntled neighbor, but no one was endangered. It doesn't affect the value of any of the properties. It didn't endanger anyone's health or safety. And for all those reasons, I think the case should really ultimately be dismissed.
Good morning, Magistrate. Katrina Johnson, Jordan, Code Compliance Manager for the City of Fort Lauderdale. I am in possession of, and if the council would like, we can forward them at a later date, of emails from the city manager's office, the city mayor's office, the commissioner's office regarding neighbors who were complaining regarding this event. I also have emails from the police detail that was there that states that the cars were parked incorrectly and that they were working to get it alleviated as soon as possible. Additionally, the proclamation that was read by Commissioner Sorensen, not Sturman, I'm sorry, Glassman, not Sturman, and he basically was there to read a proclamation regarding the assistance that the company gave to the city not to allow the event to happen. Initially, they requested a valet permit, which the city denied, and we did tell them that they could not park those vehicles on the vacant lots and they could not be parked in the roadway, that all vehicles had to be maintained on that property, and they were not.
Okay, anything else, sir?
We got me by surprise on that, but I don't think, assuming it's true.
You got to speak, get back to the mic, please, and yes.
I said, I was not aware of that, but assuming that it is true that the fine is excessive. This was a very nice event in Harbor Beach. It did nothing but promote the city. And for that reason, we ask if there's a fine, that would be minimal.
Okay. Anything else from the city before I rule? Oh, okay. All right. I am going to impose an $8,000 fine and find that the violation existed. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Our next case, page 35, Inspector Rachel Moore, case. Our next case, page 35, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2301-0527, case address 3827 Southwest 12th Court, numbers 1 through 4, owner PGK Investments, LLC. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 11/14/23. One section not complied at $100 per day, $2,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Inspector Moore, Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 23060-545 for property located at 631 Arizona Avenue. This case was presented before the Special Magistrate on 10/10/23. Special Magistrate Ansborough ordered 10 days to comply or $250 per day per violation thereafter for the violation of 9-280 G, wire and accessories are not being maintained, 9-280 H 1, fence and disrepair, 9-306 exterior maintenance, and 9-304 B, driveway and disrepair. As of post-hearing inspection dated 11/27/23, the property was found to be in full compliance with all cited violations. It is the position of the city that the full amount of the accrued fines be imposed in the amount of $38,000.
I think you have the wrong property.
I think you're on the wrong property.
35?
No, 3827 Southwest 12th Court.
3827.
Yeah. Oops.
Sorry.
Okay. My apologies. Okay. This case was presented to the Special Magistrate on 9/12/23. Special Magistrate Ansborough ordered 63 days to comply or $100 per day per violation thereafter for the violation of 9-304 B, driveway and disrepair. As of post-magistrate inspection dated 11/27, the violation remains. On 9/29/23, the property owner informed me of the application that was submitted to the building department via permit ENG PAV 230900019, which is currently in a pending status. As of post-hearing inspection dated 12/11/23, the property was found to currently still be in violation. However, the property worker is working with Business Assistant Coordinator Andre Cross regarding the permitting issues. The city is requesting a 91-day extension with the stay of fines and a reappearance.
Okay, sir, please state your name for the record.
My name is Pravin Kalu, the owner.
Okay, are you in agreement with the 91-day extension?
Yes, Your
and
Honor.
Suspending
Thank you.
fines? Okay, thank you very much.
Rachel, it's an order to reappear, right?
Yes.
Oh, sir? I'm sorry. They're requesting an order to reappear.
Sure.
So you'll reappear on my March 12th docket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Stay there, Rachel. 181.
Which one?
Our next case, page 34, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2302-0841, case address 181 Southwest 37 Terrace, owner Arnaldo C. Esteem and Tammy Ann C. Esteem. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 9/27/23 and 11/14/23. 5 sections not complied at $25 per day, $3,500 accrued. 1 section not complied at $200 per day, $15,200 accrued for a total of $18,700. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Okay, Inspector Rachel Moore presenting case that was just read in by Ms. Blue. This case was presented before the Special Magistrate on 9/12/23. Special Magistrate Ansborough ordered 15 days to comply, or $200 for the violation of 18-4(c). For all remaining violations, Special Magistrate Ansborough ordered 63 days to comply, or $25 per day per violation thereafter. The remaining violations were 9-304(b), 9-280(h)(1), 18-12(a), 47-39(a.1.b), (6)(b), 18-1, and 9-306. The post-magistrate inspection dated 9/26/23 for the violation of the 18-12, the derelict vehicles remained. Post-magistrate inspection dated 10/01/23 and 11/15/23 revealed noncompliance of all cited violations with the exception of 18-12(a), which was the overgrowth and trash. As of the pre-hearing inspection dated 12/11, all cited violations remain. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines in the amount of $18,700, and that fines continue to accrue per day per violation until the violations are complied.
Sir, please state your name.
Naldo Steve.
Okay, why are we not moving, getting more progress on this property?
Which violations you saying that stay? You're saying the numbers, not the actual violation.
I'm sorry. Well, because it was presented to magistrate before, I'm sorry. The violations that's still there, you have the fence that's in disrepair. You have the under roof storage. You have the derelict BMW that's still there. You also have the car in the backyard parked on the lawn. That's also a derelict vehicle. And you also have outdoor storage back there as well. Those would be on the photos. That's them. There they are. That's the photos taken yesterday.
The fence,
the fence was referred to the building department for work without a permit.
I had asked you, can I do the fence with that? Because that's already had a fence already. I just repaired the fence that was already.
Yes, any building of structures require permits from building department.
To repair the fence that was there. I mean, the problem I'm having, it's been 2 years now about the house. It cost me a lot of money to get the house. Because all of this was there when I bought the house. I mean, before I bought the house, you guys came out, did the inspection, because I was fighting to get a new roof. All of this was there. A year later, after I got the house, they came in, decided that this all require money. The fence alone gonna cost $15,000 to do it. I called everybody around. The cheapest I found it was $15,000. I don't have $15,000 to fix the fence.
Is he required to have a fence?
Well, no, but the fence was there. The fence that was initially there was deteriorated, falling apart. It was
No, but I mean,
bad.
you can comply the case
Yeah.
by removing the fence.
Yeah.
You could say that. I mean, they could have said that, send me the money.
Then it's gonna, you still have to remove all those cars in the backyard.
There's only
and all
one
the
car
trash.
left. There's only one car left in the backyard.
And all the
Which I can't get rid of that car, which is I gotta wait, pay for the tow truck to come grab the car, because it's not mine.
All right, I'm going to give you 28 days to bring the property fully into compliance. If you have any questions of what that means, talk to the inspector, but that's the last extension you're going to get, okay?
Special Magistrate Julio Davila, Co-Compliance Supervisor. If I could just ask the property owner, how come you have all these derelict vehicles at this property?
The one on the back is for my wife.
Okay.
Father that passed.
Okay.
So you don't have the paperwork for it.
I see.
To get rid of it, you gotta be on the property for X amount of time.
Okay.
The tow truck will grab it.
Okay.
All right, 28 days, do your best, thank you.
Our next case, page 23, Inspector Paul Smart, Supervisor Julio Davila presenting case number CE 23100260, case address 400 Royal Plaza Drive, owner GFM2 LLC. This case was cited 10-8-23 to comply by 10-8-23. Two sections complied at $200, $400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 10-23-23 and no appeal was received.
Good morning again. Julio Davila, Code Compliance Supervisor, presenting the aforementioned case on behalf of Inspector Paul Smart for the address and the case is read. This property was first inspected by Inspector Smart on October 8, 2023, following a neighbor complaint about loud noise at a vacation rental, and the following violations were observed. 15-278 subsection 3, there are solid waste containers placed curbside of the permitted, outside of the permitted timeframes, resulting in an immediate fine to be issued of $200. 15-278, there is, 278.1E, there is a Chapter 15, Article 10, Vacation Rental Standards parking violation occurring at this property. Vehicles at this property were parked in the road at the time of the inspection, resulting in also in an immediate fine of $200. So at 21:13, he responded to the complaint regarding noise at the vacation rental. Upon arrival at the inspection, he did not hear any noise, but he did observe the vehicles parked on the road and the trash bins were in front of the roadway. He made contact with the responsible party and advised that in reference to the violations. Then he made contact with the occupants and stated that he was responding to a complaint in reference to music. He asked them if the vehicles on the road belonged to anyone at the residence, which they responded to yes. And he advised them to move the vehicles and as well as the garbage bins immediately. So like I mentioned, the citation was issued in the amount of $200 per violation, and we're looking to impose that today. Per our records, I don't believe an appeal was received. I don't know if we were able to find anything, but the property representative states that they do have, that they did file an appeal. So if she can provide something to that effect.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
My name's Valerie Silver.
You're stating that you filed an appeal in this matter?
I did not. The owner filed an appeal on 10/12.
Okay, can you...
I'm not sure if it was done properly, but I have a copy of what he submitted.
Okay, can you please show the inspector what was filed?
Could you please show who Tamara?
Pardon me?
In reference to the...
I'm just trying to have someone see what she says was filed in here, if that is in fact an appeal.
It was sent to code admin email box on October 12th.
Okay. All right, so am I hearing this as an administrative hearing? Okay. All right, what do you want to tell me in support of your appeal?
I recently have taken over the property. Are you the officer?
I'm the supervisor. The inspector couldn't be with us today.
Oh, okay. So it was a little bit of a issue because he was trying to reach, the property was changing hands of property management, but ultimately the guest gave the officer my number. The officer then asked the guests to remediate the problems immediately, which they did. They moved the garbage cans and they moved the cars. They did request to have a small barbecue at the house, which we allowed, and then we asked them to follow the rules. The reason he said the garbage cans were there were because there's a very big construction happening at the end of the block, and during the day, they're parking all the way through. This home has a portico in front, but they were driving a large Cadillac Escalade, and they weren't able to back the car out of the driveway. Therefore, they said they put the cans at the end of the driveway. So I'm asking, the issue is not so much the fine, it's that the previous manager also let there be a fine. So if there's any more incidents, he will lose his license due to the previous poor management.
Okay, but, you know, it's obvious that the
It
violation
happened.
exists.
It happened, it
you know.
was by the guest, yes, and we remediated it. I got out of bed at 10 o'clock at night to go there, and the officer called me and said, "You don't need to come." So the thing is, we don't want to be in risk of losing the license for the vacation rental.
Yeah. Anything else from the city?
No, ma'am. It's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
that's the situation, and there's really not much.
Okay. I have to fine for the city. Thank you.
Okay, that's okay.
Our next case, page 31. Okay. Okay. Our next case is page 29. We do have two cases for the same address. Oh,
We want to recall.
what page is that?
Okay.
3. We will recall a case on page 3, Inspector Bernstein Sainbert, case number CE 23100910, case address 74 Isla Bahia Drive, owner 400 Coral Wave Partners LLC, posted at property 112223, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Good morning, Katrina Johnson Jordan, Co-Compliance Manager for the City of Fort Lauderdale. I recall the case to basically restate statements made on the record. The permit for valet was not for this particular property on Isla Bahia. It was a different property on Isla Bahia.
Okay. Do you want to respond to that?
Oh, okay. I do. My name is John Daniels, and I own Omni Valet Services. I've been working with this event for the last, I believe, 8 years in that general area. 3 years ago, I had applied for a permit and was told since it was a private area that I didn't need the permit. So up until then, we never had. This year, when you had stated that we were denied a permit, well, I never applied for a permit. There were 3 other valet operations going on throughout the boat show time, and I believe there's a little bit of confusion there. Because if I was denied a permit, I would have never just blatantly said, okay, we're doing it anyway. The cars that we did take, because I opened up every day and I closed every day for the 5 days that we were there, we took many of these cars to the Fraser headquarters on the 17th Street Causeway. The traffic congestion that you saw there was some times when there were trucks that were coming to unload some stuff there, but there was also, there's 5 houses being built on that same street. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and half a day Saturday, it was a nightmare there because of the construction workers that were there, not so much us. We had, the total number of cars that we had was Wednesday, this day that we were there. We only did 42 cars that we took. Thursday was 77, and there were no complaints. Friday, 61. That was all night long, up until 9 o'clock. Saturday, 51, and Sunday, 49 cars. That's not a lot from a valet that opened up at 9 o'clock in the morning and closed at 7 o'clock at night. And like I said, most of these cars were taken to Fraser headquarters. So I don't know.
Was there any parking on lots?
No, and there was no parking on any vacant lot in our area. The cars that we did park, some of them we parked on the street, but none were parked in a.
And is it legal to park on the street?
It's my understanding that it was at the time, yes.
Okay.
If you want to reduce the fine any further, the city has no objection. However, there still has to be some recourse.
There's what?
I said there still has to be some recourse, but if you want to reduce the fine further, the city has no objection. It's up to you.
Okay. I'm going to reduce the fine to $1,500. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our next case, page 29, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 2305-0447, case address 2521 Northwest 30th Way, owner Carrie Harvig and Mikhail Kiblichenko. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 10/10/23, one suspension from 11/14/23 to 12/12/23, 6 sections not complied at $50 per day, $10,500 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount. There is no respondent, but we do have neighbors that are here to hear this case. Oh my gosh.
Oh. I got a letter on this case saying that they're in the process of evicting, and he can't get access to the property.
The outside of the property?
Well, yeah, it's a city water, so it's outside. You just.
No, the other case is all outside violations that he has.
We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
But the other case, there's a second case that he has numerous violations on.
Okay. Yeah. Is this the same?
Yeah, it's the same property. It's this one here. It's the same property.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with the water case.
No, it's the same.
next case, page 31, Inspector Dorian Cologne, Supervisor Stephanie Bass presenting case number CE 230708442, case address 501 Orton Avenue, owner Grand Palm Plaza LLC. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 10/20/23. One section complied at $150 per day, $900 accrued. One section complied at $200 per day, $16,600 accrued, $17,500 total. The city is requesting the full amount.
Supervisor Stephanie Bass, on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, present case CE 230708442, address at 501 Orton Avenue. The city is asking to vacate the previous order for section 9-280H1, wherein it was for imposition of fines totaling $16,600. That was the incorrect amount. So we're going to ask to vacate that section. We're also going to ask for, after the vacating that, for a new imposition. For that section, we're going to ask for the fine amount of $3,500 to be imposed. For section 9-4734-1A1, we're going to ask for the imposition of $900. And for the last one, I think the $300 was already previously imposed. So the total, the case is totally in compliance now. So the total fine amount for imposition that we're asking is $4,700, Magistrate.
$4,700?
That's correct.
Okay. Ms. Crush.
Good morning, Your Honor. Courtney Crush on behalf of Grand Palm LLC. We appreciate Supervisor Bass's clarification and consideration, and would hope Your Honor would act accordingly.
Okay. All right. We'll vacate the prior order, and a total fine of $4,700 will be imposed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
And that's the end of our respondents. We'll go through the non-respondents now. We'll hear Robert Croc's case first on page 20. Inspector Robert Croc, case number CE 23080923, case address 1424 53rd Northeast 53rd Court, owner Matthew Jeffrey Stefanina, posted at property 112623, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Inspector Robert Croc presenting on behalf of the city, case number CE 23080923, address 1424 Northeast 53rd Court. This property was first inspected on 8/26/23 with the following violations. 9-304B, numerous cars being parked on the grass and lawn. That was complied immediately. Violation 15-272A, property being utilized as a vacation rental without a required certificate of compliance from the city. They were given 15 days to obtain a vacation rental license and failed to obtain it. They continue to advertise as a vacation rental to this day. The city is seeking to give them 10 days to comply and obtain their vacation rental license or $200 a day.
So ordered.
Page 2, Inspector Malika Murray, case number CE 23080768, case address 1441 Southwest 32nd Street, owner Fran Judge Properties LLC, posted at property 112123, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Good morning, Special Magistrate and hearing faculty. I was not sworn in. May I please be sworn in?
Oh, he has to be sworn in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing?
I do.
Thank you.
Inspector Murray, on behalf of the city, case number is CE 23080768 for the property address of 1441 Southwest 32nd Street. I first inspected this residential property zoned RD15 residential single family and duplex on August the 22nd, 2023. Following a proactive inspection of this location, the following violations were observed. 9-304B, there was a boat parked on the grass and/or lawn on the rear of the property. Next violation is 9-280H1. There is a fence at this property in disrepair and not being maintained as required. There are damaged wood slats along the rear gate with other portions of the fence either leaning or having damaged elements. The next violation is violation 9-308A. The roof is in disrepair with damaged / broken portions near a damaged awning that's also attached to the roof line area, as well as there's a collapsed section along the rear of the property due to a fire. Next violation is 47-19.1B. There is an unpermitted accessory structure / carport located on this RS8 zoned property, which is a violation of the zoning code. Violation 9-280D, there's a mailbox that is also leaning along the front of the property due to a deteriorated / rotting post. There's also an awning that is ripped and/or damaged along the front of the property. Next violation is 9-305B. The landscaping at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are also areas of dead and missing ground cover. Next violation is 18-12A. There is overgrowth, rubbish, and debris such as tires, containers, and other miscellaneous items on the property. Posting and mailing of the legal documentation have been performed as per departmental protocol. An inspection report was posted at the property on August the 22nd, 2023, and this case was scheduled for a hearing on October the 4th, 2023. There has been no contact with ownership or property representation. BCPA records reveal that there's been no change in ownership since October the 7th, 2008, and this location is not homesteaded. During a pre-hearing inspection performed yesterday, Monday, December the 11th, 2023, I found that all the violations remain as depicted in the pictures, and as such, because of the current state of the property, it does present possible hazards to the neighbors and community, and the city is recommending a detailed breakdown for these violations. For violation 9-304B, the city is requesting 10 days to come into compliance and $200 per day to accrue for that violation afterwards, if it's not in compliance. For the next violation, 9-280H1, the city is requesting 30 days or $200 per day thereafter.
28 days.
28 days, I apologize. Next violation is 9-308A. The city is requesting 91 days to bring that violation into compliance and $200 per day thereafter. For violation 47-19.1B, the city is requesting 28 days to bring that violation into compliance or $200 per day after. For violation 9-305B, the city is requesting 28 days to bring that violation into compliance and $200 per day after. For violation 18-12A, the city is requesting 10 days to bring that violation into compliance and $200 per day after. I'd like to submit these photos for the record.
You left one on 280D.
Oh, 280D, I apologize. The city is requesting 28 days for that violation and $200 per day after.
So ordered.
Thank you, Special Magistrate.
Next case, page 3, Inspector Dorian Kaloyan. Case number CE 23020904, address 201 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner TRD of Fort Lauderdale LLC. This case is being rescheduled. Next case, page 4. This one here, okay. Next case, page 4, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 23080571, address 1750 Northwest 25th Ave, Nave Bruce L. H.E. Nave and F. and Nave Bruce L. Jr., posted at property 111323, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 23080571, case address 1750 Northwest 25th Avenue. The property was inspected on 8/16. The following violations were observed. 9-279F, there is a lack of water connection at this location. It complied on 8/17/23. 18-12A, there is overgrowth, trash, and debris on the property and swell. This is a reoccurring violation, case number CE 23080929. The violation will be presented as special magistrate for finding of fact, or the violation comprised prior to scheduled hearing. 9-305B, the landscape on the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. This is also a recurring violation as per case CE 23080929. The violation will be presented special magistrate for finding of fact. Violation 9-304B, the pre-existing gravel driveway and driveway apron is worn and showing grass growing through it. This is a reoccurring violation as per case number CE 23080929. The violation will be presented for special magistrate for finding of fact. An inspection report was posted on the property on 8/16/23. I re-inspected the property on 9/17/23. A notice of hearing was posted on 10/21/23. As of pre-hearing inspection on 12/10/23, the violations remained as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days or $50 a day per day for each violation.
So ordered. And a finding of fact for 1812.
Finding of fact for 18-12A.
Right.
Finding of fact for 9-305B.
Well, don't I, they're not in compliance.
No, they're not. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just a recurring.
Okay.
Just not for the record, it's a recurring violation.
Next case, page 5. Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 23100014, address 1600 South Federal Highway, owner Hess Retail Stores LLC, Property Tax Department, posted at property 111323, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 23100014. The address is 1600 South Federal Highway. I inspected this property on October 1st, 2023, and cited for the following violation. 9-305A, there's growth of landscape material, a tree that's obstructing the stop sign, encroaching upon the public right-of-way and sidewalk. This is a recurring violation from case number CE 22090251. This case will be presented to the magistrate for a finding of fact. I re-inspected the property October 25th, 2023, and it remained in violation. The notice of violation was posted November 13th, 2023. Pre-hearing inspection was conducted on December 10th, 2023, and found that the violation is complied at this time.
Okay, so you just want a finding of
A finding of fact, yes, ma'am.
So ordered.
Next case, same page, Inspector Marco Aguilera, case number CE 23090016, address 909 Cordova Road. Owner Cunningham D. David L. Jr., Jesse Cunningham Living Trust. Posted at property 111523, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Good morning, Marco Aguilera, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer. Case and address is read. An inspection was conducted at the property on 9/19/23, and the following violation was observed. 47-21.5. There is no right-of-way landscape permit on file with the City of Fort Lauderdale as required per the resolution adopted by the City Commission. As quoted from the resolution that was adopted by the City Commission that allows this property owner to install a dock at a city seawall for private use, the property owner shall be responsible for maintaining and beautifying the area in and around the dock area and public swale area, more particularly described below, and failure to do so shall be grounds for revocation of the dock permit. The section below mentioned earlier reads, The permit holder shall be responsible for maintaining improvements and landscaping within the dock and public swale area. The dock and public swale area shall be landscaped in accordance with the landscape plan approved by the Department of Sustainable Development, a copy of which is attached to as Exhibit B. For the record, a copy of Exhibit B has been submitted, as well as a copy of the resolution in its entirety. At this time, the city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation and order 91 days to obtain and complete the right-of-way landscape permit as per the approved resolution. Failure to obtain and complete the right-of-way landscape permit within 90 days will result in this matter being brought before the City Commission for revocation of the dock permit.
And Your Honor, just for clarification purposes, even though the inspector stated that the resolution is being submitted, it's Resolution 22-166.
Okay, so do any fines go with that? Or
No, ma'am. It's just a finding of the violation. At the end of the 91 days, if it's still in violation, the City Commission will revoke the dock permit.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 6. Inspector Marco Aguilera, case number CE 23090018, address 1109 Cordova Road, owner Shook Andrew and Amy, posted at property 111523, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Marco Aguilar, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer, case and address as read. An inspection was conducted at the property on 9/19/23, and the following violation was observed. 47-21.5, there is no right-of-way landscape permit on file with the City of Fort Lauderdale as required per the resolution adopted by the City Commission. As quoted from the resolution adopted by the Commission that allows this private property owner to install a dock at a city seawall for private use, the property owner shall be responsible for maintaining and beautifying the area in and around the dock area and public swale area, more particularly described below, and failure to do so shall be grounds for revocation of the dock permit. Section below mentioned earlier reads, the permit holder shall be responsible for maintaining improvements and landscaping within the dock and public swale area. The dock and public swale area shall be landscaped in accordance with the landscape plan approved by the Department of Sustainable Development, a copy of which is attached to as Exhibit B. For the record, a copy of Exhibit B has been submitted, as well as the resolution in its entirety. At this time, City is requesting the magistrate to find the violation and order 91 days to obtain and complete the right-of-way landscape permit as per the approved resolution. And failure to obtain and complete the right-of-way landscape permit within 91 days will result in the matter being brought before the City Commission for revocation of the dock permit.
And again, Your Honor, for the record, even though the resolution is being submitted in its entirety, that resolution number is 23-80.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
Next case, same page. Inspector Marco Aguilera, case number CE 23090796, address 2406 Flamingo Lane, owner Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corp., in care of McCullough, Raymer, Liebert, Pierce, posted at property 112123, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Marco Aguilar, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer, for case and address as read. An inspection was conducted on 9/28/23, and the following violations were observed. 9-280H, there is an accessory structure violation at this property. The mailbox posts, and driveway posts are dirty, stained, and have chipping and peeling paint. 9-280H1, the wooden fence at this property along Riverland Road is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. 9-305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are dead areca palms in the front and side yards of the property. A reinspection was conducted on 12/5/23, and the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. At this time, City is requesting 28 days for compliance or fines of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 7, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 23070929, address 1220 Northwest 23rd Ave, owner Northwest 23rd Realty LLC, in care of Superior Printing Inc., Company INC, posted at property 11/8/23, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read into the record. The property was inspected on 7/31, and the following violations were observed. 9-281, subsection A, subsection 1, the chain link fence at the property is in 9-280H1 has complied. 9-306 has complied. 47-20.20, subsection A has complied. 18-12A has complied, but this is a recurring violation. Case number CE 22070663, and will be brought to the special magistrate whether it comes in compliance or not for finding of fact. The case is now in compliance.
All right, finding a fact granted.
Next case, same page. Oh, I'm sorry. Next case, page 8. Karen Proto, Inspector, case number CE 23080988. Case address 2761 Northwest 24th Court. Owner Bora Bora Realty Trust. Perpetual Trustee Service LLC Trustee. Posted at property 11/8/23. Posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read into the record. The property was inspected on 8/28 and the following violations were observed. 18-4C has complied. 9-304B, there are vehicles parked on the grass area. 9-305B, the landscape on the property is not being maintained in a neat, well-kept appearance. There's dead and missing ground cover, including the swell area. An inspection report was posted on 8/28/23. A reinspection on the property was 9/13/23, and the violations remained. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/8/23. As per pre-hearing inspection on 12/10/23, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days or $50 a day thereafter for each violation.
So ordered.
Next case, page 9. Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 23100003. Case address 1650 Northwest 23rd Ave. Owner J&E Investment LLC. Posted at property 11/8/23. Posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read into the record. The property was inspected on 10/3 and the following violation was observed. 18-12A, there was overgrown trash, rubbish, and debris on the property. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 23070906, and it will be presented to magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. The case is now in compliance. Seeking finding of fact.
So ordered.
Next case, same page, page 9. Inspector Wanda Aquavella. Case number CE 23070740. Case address 528 Northwest 23rd Ave, numbers 1 and 2. Owner Lad Worldwide Investment 528 LLC. Posted at property 11/20/23. Posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case and address is read. The property was inspected on 7/25/23. The following violations were observed. 1812A complied. 9304B complied. 2427B complied. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. An inspection report was posted on the property as well as mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. The property has been re-inspected multiple times. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. As of the pre-hearing inspection on 12/11/23, the violation remains as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days or $100 per day thereafter for 9305B.
So ordered.
Next case, page 10, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 23060860, address 422 Northwest 15 Terrace, owner Land Trust 422 Northwest 15 Terrace Court, posted at property 11/20/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Inspector Aquavella for the city, case and address as read. The property was inspected on 6/29/23. The following violations were observed. 9-304B, there are vehicles and/or trailers parked on the grass lawn area, including the rear yard. An inspection report was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. I re-inspected the property on 7/17/23. Some of the vehicles were gone, but it's not complied. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. As of the pre-hearing inspection on 12/6/23, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 10 days or $100 a day thereafter for 9304B.
So ordered.
Next case, same page, Inspector Wanda Aquavilla, case number CE 23080717, address 537 Northwest 16th Ave. Owner Mahesa LLC, posted at property 11/20/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case and address is read. The property was inspected on 8/21/23. The following violations were observed. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9304B, the driveway apron is worn and has areas of dirt showing. The water is puddling at the entrance. The driveway has missing gravel as well as weeds growing through the existing gravel. 9306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. 1812A, there is overgrowth, trash, dirt piles, rubbish, and debris on the property and/or its swale. An inspection report was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA, spoke with the owner who requested additional time due to the health of her mother. Time was given. I re-inspected the property on 10/9/23. There has been no improvement. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. As of the pre-hearing inspection 12/6/23, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 63 days or $100 per day thereafter for each violation.
So ordered.
Next case, page 13, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23100-548. I'm sorry, case number 22100-548, address 3251 Auburn Boulevard. Owner, all right, we're going to go back to page 11. Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 23090701, address 1700 Northwest 5th Street. Owner, Family Land Trust, number 1700, Riggs Jerry, trustee. Posted at property 11/20/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case and address is read. The property was inspected on 9/25/23, and the following violations were observed. 9305A, there is growth of landscape material encroaching upon the public right-of-way and sidewalk. 9304B, the gravel driveway at this location is not being maintained in a smooth and well-graded condition. There are areas of missing gravel and/or weeds growing through the gravel. This is a recurring violation. See case CE 23070-810, and this will be presented before the special magistrate for a finding of fact whether the property comes into compliance or not. 1812A, there is overgrowth, trash, and debris on this property and/or its swale. This is a recurring violation. See case CE 2307-0810, and will be presented before the special magistrate for a finding of fact whether the property comes into compliance or not. This case that one did comply. An inspection report was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. Notice of hearing was posted on 11/20/23. As of the pre-hearing inspection on 12/6/23, the two violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. Two violations that remain are 9305A and 9304B.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Next case, page 13. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 22100-548, address 3251 Auburn Boulevard. Owner, Fry, Serb. Okay, FYR, SFR Borrower LLC, in care of Havenbrook Homes, posted at property 11/21/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case previously read in. This property was first inspected on 10/14/22 by Inspector Moore, and the following violations were discovered. 9-308, parentheses B, there is debris, trash, or another element which is not permitted on the roof. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of exteriors that have stains and/or missing paint. 18-1, complied. 9-305, parentheses A is complied. 47-39A.1.B, parentheses 6, parentheses B is complied. 9-304, parentheses B is complied. 18-12, parentheses, 18-12 is complied. 9-280, parentheses B is complied. A total of 9 subsequent inspections were conducted at the property. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 12/11/23, the violation of exterior maintenance remained. The city is requesting 28 days to comply, or $250 per day per violation thereafter.
So ordered. So there's just.
Yeah, sorry, that's the only one has, I'm sorry, everything is complied with the exception of 9-306.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23060187, address 211 Long Island Avenue, owner Motley Darcy, posted at property 112123, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale presenting case read in. A complaint was received regarding this property on 6/7/23, and the initial inspection was conducted the same day, in which the following violations were observed. 47-39.A, parentheses 1, parentheses B, I'm sorry, 8.1.B, parentheses 7, parentheses A, which is complied. There is a white commercial vehicle parked in the driveway of the property. 9-306, the exterior walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that have stains and are missing peeling paint. The soffits and the fascia were observed to be rusted, and the area outside the carport is broken and chipped. 18-1 is complied. There are board slabs of wood, bins, and boxes at the property that are creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may become reasonably infested or inhabited by mosquitoes or threatening wild animals, or may furnish a breeding place for mosquitoes, or threatens or endangers the public health, safety, or welfare, to adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of the adjacent properties. 9-304B is complied. The driveway, 9-305 was complied on 12/11. The driveway at the property was observed as worn, cracked in places, and uneven asphalt. 9-280, parentheses H, parentheses 1 is complied. The fence at the property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. A total of 7 subsequent inspections were conducted at the property. As a pre-hearing inspection 12/11/2023, the violation of 9-306 exterior maintenance remains. The city is requesting 28 days to comply, or $25 per violation thereafter.
So ordered.
Next case, page 16, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23080222, address 3750 Southwest 8th Street, owner Bunsey Dwayne Estate, posted at property 112023, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case that was read in. The initial inspection was conducted on 8/7/23, and the following violations were observed. 9-280, parentheses H, there is an accessory structure violation at this property. The garage door is deteriorated and has a permanent outward curve with a broken latch to open. Section 24-27, parentheses F, there are trash carts with their lids open at this location filled with garbage. 9-278, parentheses E, there are hurricane shutters covering some of the windows of this occupied residential property, and there is a wooden board covering the front window of the property. 9-313, parentheses A, property is not identified by approved address numbers, 9-306. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia, soffits, and balcony, are in disrepair, and there are several areas of the exterior that have stains and/or missing peeling paint. 9-305, parentheses A. There is a growth of landscape material along with the accumulation of leaves encroaching upon the public right-of-way, obstructing the stop sign and street signs. 9-305, parentheses B, the landscape at the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead, missing ground cover throughout the property. 18-12A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and/or its swell. 18-11, the pool at this unoccupied property has green, stagnant water and is not being maintained on a regular basis. It is in this condition, it presents a health and safety issue for the community, and that it may become a breeding ground for mosquitoes and is a public nuisance. A total of 6 subsequent inspections were conducted at the property. As a pre-hearing inspection 1211, the property was found to remain in violation of all cited violations, with the exception of 18-1, the overgrowth. However, the trash remains, so that one is uncomplied.
Okay, 18-12 is complied or not complied?
It's not, because they still have trash. They cut the overgrowth, but the
Okay,
trash
so
and debris remains.
9-280H is the only one I have complied.
That's the only one that was complied.
Okay.
So the city is requesting 28 days to comply, or $50 per violation per day thereafter.
Your Honor, if I could just amend that for the
Yes.
last violation, 1811A, the pool.
Oh, yeah, the pool, I have no,
10 days?
I'd say
10
10 days
days.
and a fine of $250 a day.
okay,
That's fine.
It's a safety issue as well.
yes,
Yep, so ordered.
okay.
Next case, page 17, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23090510, address 1000 Southwest 29th Way, owner Culp Robert M. and Marina E., posted at property 11/20/23, posted at 1 East Broward 11/26/23.
Inspector Moore, presenting case read in. The initial inspection was conducted on 9/17/23, and the following violations were discovered. 24-27, parentheses B, the trash carts are not pulled back. There are containers left out overnight after collection day and not being pulled back to an approved location. The trash carts are being stored outside of the gate at this property. This is a recurring violation of case CE 22031303 and is being presented to magistrate. Section 9-306, exterior maintenance. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. The portion of the property which can be seen from the right-of-way was stained with dirt and missing and chipped paint. 9-305, parentheses B, missing ground cover. I withdrew that one. That one was withdrawn. 9-280, parentheses H, parentheses 1, fence in disrepair. The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The fence was observed to be deteriorated on all sides. 47-34.1.A.1, outside storage. There is illegal land use occurring at this property. It was observed from the right-of-way, crates, wooden slats, portable toilet, a bath chair, ladder, and other miscellaneous items stored outside of this RS8 residential single-family low-medium density zone property. This is also a recurring violation per CE 22031303 and is being presented to the special magistrate. 18-12, parentheses A, overgrowth and trash. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and/or swell. This property has overgrown vegetation providing an obstruction from being able to fully see into the entire property from the right-of-way. This violation is recurring per case number CE 22031303 and is being presented to magistrate. 9-278 parentheses E, room ventilation. There are hurricane shutters covering some of the windows of this occupied residential property, and there are awning shutters covering some of the windows at the property. A total of 7 subsequent inspections were conducted at the property. As of pre-hearing inspection 1211, the violation of 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1, fence and disrepair, and 47-34.1.A.1, outside storage remains. All others were complied. This property was referred to the Housing Community Development Department, Rebuilding Together South Florida, and the Veterans Administration Office for assistance. The named departments are currently working with the property owner in order to fix all the code violations. The property has undergone a tremendous transformation that has made a significant impact towards making compliance as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting a 91-day extension or $25 per day per violation thereafter, with a mandatory appearance, and the city is also requesting that all recurring violations be recorded as a finding of fact.
So what about the hurricane shutters? Are they 91 days too?
Yes, everything. His windows are broken under them, but he's getting hurricane
Is there
shutters.
anyone living in this house?
Yes.
All right. Finding of fact is granted on the ones that are complied, and the rest are 91 days or $25 a day thereafter.
Yeah, we want to come back. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Order to reappear.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on here.
Okay, next case, page 18, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23090732, address 601 Southwest 27th Avenue C. Owner Azalea 27 LLC, posted at property 112023, posted at 1 East Broward 112623.
Okay. The initial inspection was conducted on 1/19/23, and the following violations were discovered. Section 24-24 parentheses F, trash container lids open. There's a dumpster with the lid open at this location, which is a recurring violation per case CE 230-60789. This case is being presented to the magistrate. 47-19.4.D.8, dumpster enclosure maintenance. This dumpster enclosure is not being maintained at this location. The enclosure is always open, showing the trash and garbage scattered throughout. This is a recurring violation per case number CE 220-60103, CE 210-20781, and CE 1803-1977, which is why the case is being presented to special magistrate. In 24-29 parentheses A, inadequate collection services, there's trash scattered about the dumpster enclosure. 18-1, public nuisance, there is trash, a door, a mattress, and miscellaneous items scattered in the dumpster enclosure at this property that is creating a public nuisance and is being maintained in such a manner that the property may become infested or inhabited by rodents, vermin, wild animals, or may furnish a breeding place for mosquitoes, or threatens or endangers the public health or welfare. This is also a recurring violation per cases CE 230-60789 and CE 220-60103, CE 2102-0781. Oh, wow, and CE 1803-1977. A total of 5 subsequent inspections were conducted at this property. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 12/1/23, the violation of 24-27F, the trash container lids open, and 47-19.4.D.8, the dumpster enclosure maintenance remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days for all remaining violations, or $200 a day per after. The city is also requesting a finding of fact to be recorded for all recurring violations. And the property owner would like for me to present because he didn't have the power of attorney to be here, so he gave me some things here. They have been taking the initiative in order to fix the violations by providing notices to all the residents who are not closing the lids or closing the enclosures. He's also, starting tomorrow, will have the entire enclosure redone. And he also has a person cleaning the dumpster 5 days a week that lives on the property. And he's also installing cameras to find the dumpsters that come through the night and dump bulk trash. And that's all from the...
Okay, all right. It's 28 days or $200 a day and a finding of fact for 18-1.
Okay, thank you. I can go now? I'm done?
Next case, page 21, Inspector Robert Casara, which case number FC 2307-0001, case address 3340 Southeast 6th Avenue, owner AGAP Robo Vault LLC. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 9/28/23. One suspension from 11/14/23 to 12/12/23. One section complied at $100 per day, $3,300 accrued. The city is requesting no fines.
So ordered.
Next case, page 21, Inspector Evan Oaks, case number CE 2306-0769, case address 1400 Southeast 2nd Street, owner Kenneth Nunez and Rachel Christine Patika. This is to vacate the order imposing fine from 10/26/23.
So ordered.
Julio.
Oh.
This is to vacate the order imposing fine from 10/26/23.
Okay. All right.
14, sorry.
1400, yes, I'm sorry. On page 21 in the middle.
What case do I have?
What are we waiting for?
All right, next case, page 22. Inspector Robert Kroc, case number CE 23060761, case address 3120 East Sunrise Boulevard, owner 3114-20 East Sunrise Boulevard LLC. This is to vacate the final order from 10/10/23 and close.
So ordered.
Next case, page 24, Inspector Paul Smart, Supervisor Julio Davila presenting case number CE 23100924, case address 405 Hendricks Isle, owner Terry Downing and Carlos Alonzo. This case was cited 10/28/23 to comply by 10/28/23. Two sections complied at $200 per day, $200, $400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 11/12/23 and no appeal was received.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Paul Smart, case number CE 23100922, case address 1308 Northwest 2nd Street, owner City Flats LLC. This case was cited 10/28/23 to comply by 10/28/23. One section complied at $250, $250 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline 11/12/23. No appeal received.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Fitzgerald Simmons, case number CE 23100480, case address 2525 Marathon Lane, owner 2525 Fort Lauderdale LLC. This case was cited 10/14/23 to comply by 10/14/23. Two sections complied at $200, $400 accrued. City is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 10/29/23 and no appeal was received.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Fitzgerald Simmons, case number CE 23100727, case address 1125 Northwest 5th Street, numbers 1 through 3, owners Max House LLC. This case was cited 10/21/23 to comply by 10/21/23. One section complied at $250, $250 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 11/5/23 and no appeal was received.
So ordered.
Next case, page 25, Inspector Fitzgerald Simmons, case number CE 231000923, case address 3024 Southwest 11th Street, owner SBP Group LLC. This case was cited 10/28/23 to comply by 10/28/23. One section complied at $500, $500 accrued. City is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 11/12/23, and no appeal was received.
So ordered.
Next case, page 28, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 230600405, case address 801 Southwest 18th Street, owner Deerhurst Properties LLC. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 9/22/23 and 11/14/23. One section complied at $100 for a total of $2,800. Three sections complied at $100, $9,800 accrued for a total of $12,600. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address read into the record. Case was first heard on September 12, 2023, where the magistrate found for the city giving to the November 14, 2023 to comply by or a fine of $100 per violation. Property was re-inspected November 14, 2023, and remained in violation for Code Section 9-308B. The roof is dirty and stained. Pre-hearing inspection was conducted on December 10th, 2023, and found the violation remains. At this time, the city would ask for a stay of fines in 28 days. They were making progress with the roof. They pressure washed it twice, but it had so much gunk on it that it took the paint off of the barrel roof, so they're going to paint it, and
Okay,
so that's why we're asking for the 28 days.
all right, so ordered.
Thank you.
Next case, page 29, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 23050447, case address 2521 Northwest 30th Way, owner Carrie Harvig and Mikhail Kabelchenko. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 10/10/23. One suspension from 11/14/23 to 12/12/23. Six sections not complied at $50 per day, $10,500 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, also Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 230600728, case address 2521 Northwest 30th Way, owner Carrie Harvig and Mikhail Kabelchenko. This case was first heard 9/12/23 to comply by 9/22/23. One suspension from 11/14/23 to 12/12/23. One section not complied at $200 per day, $10,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 231010646, case address 2572 Northwest 20th Street, owner S.T. Goodrum Estates. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 11/14/23. Two sections not complied at $25 per day, $1,400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue. And I believe Karen is going to make a statement on this one.
Okay.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read into the record. The case came before a special magistrate where the evidence was found for the city. A total of 12 inspections were done on the property. The property is now in compliance. The city is recommending an administrative cost of $672.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 230300944, case address 2811 Northwest 21st Court, owner Eliza B. Prophet. This case was first heard 8/8/23 to comply by 10/10/23. One suspension from 11/14/23 to 12/12/23. One section not complied at $25 per day, $875 accrued. City is requesting full amount. Fines continue to accrue.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read into the records. This case was cited on 3/28/23. A total of 9 inspections were done on the property. A stay of fine was granted of 28 days to come into compliance. The case is now into compliance. The city is requesting administrative costs of $663.
So ordered.
Next case, page 32. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 230600507, case address 2849 Southwest 9th Street, owner Corbell Cooper. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 11/14/23. Two sections complied at $200 per day, $10,800 accrued. One section not complied at $200 per day, $5,600 accrued, for a total of $16,400. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 33, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23010520, case address 2761 Southwest 2nd Street, owner NBA Entertainment Group, Inc. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 10/20/23. Three sections complied at $100 per day, $15,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, page 35, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23060265, case address 1001 Arizona Avenue, owner Rosalind Y. Jackson. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 10/20/23. Two sections not complied at $100 per day, $10,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 36, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 23060545, case address 631 Arizona Avenue, owner FYR SFR Borrower LLC, in care of Havenbrook Homes. This case was first heard 10/10/23 to comply by 10/20/23. Four sections complied at $250 per day, $38,000 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
The city is requesting to enter page 39 into today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
So ordered.
This concludes the special magistrate hearing for Thursday, December 12th, 2023.